I received an email invitation for an event yesterday called Dinner at Dan's. The email was likely not meant for me, as I know there is someone else in my state who has the exact same email as me, but with the at Yahoo instead of at Gmail.
You are the superior, Dan, I will say.
The invitation contained a Zoom link to the event next week. The only other guest on the invitation is Dan, and what I assume to be his spouse. I know the invite wasn't meant for me, but it's hard to make new friends these days.
Yep.
No! And I don't want to pass up an opportunity for human contact. How do I show up at this dinner without making it weird or immediately getting kicked out of the Zoom call? Can't.
Well, hold on.
Should I bring a virtual gift? That's from Lonely in Chicago. The event, P.S., is from 3 to 8 p.m., so it's a 5-hour dinner.
Good hang.
Woof.
Cool hang.
Cool hang. Wouldn't do that even if it was sent to me. Hachi machi. 5 hours on the phone. Ugh. Watching the other person chew for at least half of it. No, thank you.
Dan would immediately kick them off the Zoom call. There'd have to be some time. It wouldn't just be like, boop, boop, boop. No. Right? Like, there would be some,
stranger got hacked.
Hello? And you'd be like, hey, don't hang up. I'm your new friend.
You couldn't even, like, worm your way in. You say a gift, but you can't be like, oh, don't kick me out. I've got bruschetta just for me.
I've got it.
You get to watch me eat all this sloppy bruschetta.
Here's what you do.
Okay.
Oh, my camera is not working, but it is me.
It is
your
Dan.
friend.
Ask me anything that only Dan would know. Oh, fuck. Why did I say that?
No, wait, don't.
Fuck, I don't know anything that Dan knows.
Now ask me something Dan wouldn't know. I probably know it. Let me prove to you I'm not Dan.
Partner, you can't do this.
You can't, partner.
Partner, you need to saddle on up and mosey out of town, partner. You can't.
Tex, you can't do this, partner.
You can't do this one. There's no way to do this one good. I do a weekly Zoom hangout with my friends here in town. Been doing it since March. It's a very great event for me. It lights up my life. And also last week during the call, I was like, oof, man. This is too much human contact for me. The idea of entertaining a stranger, an online conference call hitchhiker, is just completely non-viable for any living human being.
Could you ask? I have one way it could work. This is one way it could possibly work.
Okay.
You forward it to proper Dan. Yahoo Dan.
I think the party's at Dan's. Are they both Dan?
What is happening here? I don't understand what is happening in this question anymore.
No. Dan is the host of the dinner. It's dinner at Dan's. So Dan sent the invite to Question Asker. So the only other people on the invite are Dan.
Are Dan and Dan's spouse.
Okay. The other person, you send it to the correct you. You're not Dan. The lonely in Chicago at yahoo.com.
Yeah.
You send it to them and you're like, hey, I got this. I think it might have been meant for you. I've got some of your mail before. And this is going to sound a little weird, but would you be willing to ask if I could also come along?
There you go. Do you get a +1?
Do you get a plus me? Because
we have the same name, so we're kind of the same person.
I was technically, if you want to get like super, and I hate to be this guy, but if you want to get super technical, I was invited to it instead of you. Yeah. So,
and I'll be your wingman if you're trying to hook up with Dan. I'm just telling you.
Hey, is this a great idea? Let me know if this is a great and profitable idea, because I mentioned using Watch Me Eat Bruschetta as a gift, but would it be cool if there were like entertainers you could hire for your Zoom hang to just like do some magic or play like a mariachi band or something like that while you and your friends played like Jackbox games or whatever the fuck?
Griffin, you're a very innovative thinker, but there's no way that doesn't exist. We're 6 months into quarantine. You don't think someone's thought of, I will play music or do magic during your Zoom call?
Not as a surprise.
I mean, we on this call have had a party with a princess.
That's factual.
Well, we have
mostly for our children. Let's be clear.
Family fun princesses hooked us up with a delightful princess encounter.
Yeah. And by most,
BB still is like, hey, can we call Rapunzel back? And I'm like, oh, I think Rapunzel's pretty busy, buddy.
She had such a good time with us, but I do like the idea though, if it's not an entertainer, but rather like just a bon vivant, somebody who
cool.
Just somebody who's there to keep conversation sparkling. You know what I mean? Just somebody who, if there's a lull in it, that you just have them sort of spice it up a little bit.
That's French Michel.
You know, your trip to Target reminds me of my trip to Monaco.
No. He's not going to make it all about him.
Oh.
Michelle is going to make it all about the party guests. He's making it special for them.
Yeah.
He's being fascinated by their tales. Everyone, come listen. Pieter is telling me the most fascinating story.
Now tell me, what did they do on Family Guy last evening?
Oh. Gather round. We're all on the same computer, Michelle. I don't know how.
Susan has the most wonderful Borat impression. You all must hear this.
I've secretly asked... Go ahead, Susan, do it.
My wife.
I've secretly asked all of you to tell me your heart's darkest desires. I held them on flashcards in front of me. I'm going to hold up each desire, and I will ask you to guess which of our party guests gathered here tonight is the one with the most perverse urgings.
Also,
Michelle, I'd like you to go ahead and launch off.
Go ahead. And...
Tonight, one of you will be murdered. What? It's not my thing. It's not part of this. I'm just warning, one of you is just statistically speaking, one of you is going to be murdered tonight.
That's the fucking thing, right? This is the thing. Oh my God, this is $1 billion business. Zoom call with all your friends.
Yeah.
And a new friend of yours who they don't know.
Okay.
You guys have got to meet my friend, Michelle. And Michelle gets murdered 10 minutes in.
Oh,
and then the murderer is like sneaking around in the back and leaving clues and everything. And you got to like solve the murder.
Oh, that would be cool if you saw someone get murdered in your Zoom and then you watched the criminal just kind of poke around and bumble around and maybe check out like their Madden Ultimate Team on their Xbox in the back.
Hey, put that down.
Hey, that would be the fucking coolest juice if me and my 8 friends, the only 8 friends I have, watched someone get murdered and then yelled at the screen over and like, stop! Don't murder him! No! That's
Griffin's new friend Michelle.
Hey, get out of there!
He was in the middle of a Madden game.
But then the murderer would have the flashcards.
Wait, now we're back to the perverse desires thing?
No, it's all connected. The murderer now has the flashcards that you gave Michelle.
So now you have to kill the murderer.
Now someone has to have the fucking guts
to kill this guy. He knows too much.
You're risking COVID, and you're gonna have to murder a human being to protect everyone's dark secrets.
Debbie, Michelle lives close to me. Keep him talking. I'm gonna go. That guy.
Nah, fuck that. Watch this. Bing boom. I gave him a thumbs down emoji reaction. That's what I think. Got him.
I would feel like I always say that I don't have any great ideas for stories. I think it's because I waste them turning them into jokes. Yeah. If I had said everything I said with a different tone of voice, I could have a hit film on my hands. I don't know.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, this is, I understand, similar to the Shudder original host, but there's no flashcards and nobody named Michelle.
True. And we're not in it.
And we're not profiting from its success.
We would be in this as the 3 murderers.
Okay. Yeah, Michelle is very powerful and knows many martial arts, so he's able to defend himself.
I'm willing to be the one that Michelle takes out before we can take him out.
That would be cool to just watch 2 guys fight in your Zoom call.
And one of them die.
No.